ThaBoxingvoice.com.
What broke him down? Was it just
the body punches? When I was hitting him with body punches, and I heard him, actually, he was crying in there.
You're saying that Gibbs was crying when you hit him?
Yes.
When did that happen?
And perhaps the 4th round on.
ThaBoxingvoice.com.
So that you knew you had him by that time?
Absolutely, but I knew he was tough and they're taking those punches.
Garcia-Lipinets Productions.
Yes, what is up, TBV family? I know, Nestor Gibbs is gone. Still, it's just Matty Be Good riding solo dolo. But we do have some news to obviously get to. Mikey Garcia versus Sergey Lipinets and the fight numbers being announced by Keith Idec from Boxing Scene. We're going to quickly, get to his article and give him props, of course. Of course, cite our sources, of course. He's saying that Garcia-Lipinets was watched by a peak audience of 689,000 and average 618,000 viewers Saturday night, according to ratings released Tuesday by Nielsen Media Research. Garcia-Broner, Garcia's last fight, of course, peaked at 937,000 viewers and averaged 881,000 viewers on July 29th. And of course, I think this is obviously due to the viewership drop from his last fight is obviously due to the opponent who he was fighting. Sergey Lipinets is not known, really almost even hardcores at this point. Only 13 fights. When we compare other Showtime entities fighting other guys, let's say Earl Spence fighting Lamont Peterson. Lamont Peterson was a much more known commodity within boxing, which made that 600 and I think, 30,000 viewers mark kind of odd. That kind of, made us confused. Similar to, I would say, even Garcia-Broner Rios in doing that low and doing, 500 and something thousand viewers. That was odd. Garcia-Lipinets, I'm not raising the alarms yet, folks, but I am definitely thinking that we are going to really, in my opinion, we're really going to get a better gauge of what Mike Garcia is as an entity when he fights Robert Easter Jr. Robert Easter Jr. has done significant viewers on Bounce TV. He's done over 1 million viewers on Bounce TV, I think a couple times even. I think that will be interesting to see. What can Mikey do in the unification with Robert Easter? Both guys who are known commodities within the PBC and boxing community. That to me is highly interesting and something that I would be curious to see. And I think that even a fight obviously down the line with the Lomachenko-Linares winner would be a huge ratings hit. Obviously Garcia against Adrian Broner did significant numbers. Maybe this was just an issue of a B-side not being as strong as maybe some other times. So I'm not too concerned about this viewership mark as some might be. I've heard some people say it's good, it's decent, not great. I tend to go along that line as well. That this isn't anything to write home about. This isn't anything to really criticize that much, but it's truly nothing to be impressed by. Mike Garcia obviously is not this big-time star in the sport. We've seen other guys face, I would say, worse B-level opponents and do pretty good ratings, I would say, overall. So I think, what he's going to do going forward, obviously the 135-pound division historically hasn't been the biggest ratings hit, I would say, as well. Just a lot of things to think about going forward. Please let me know in the comment section. Do you think this was good? Do you think this was a decent metric for Mike Garcia coming off the biggest fight of his career with Adrian Broner and then doing, 30% less, 33% less in viewership? We just talked about Oscar Valdez raising his profile, so to speak, to using the Eddie Hearn quote, and having a 30+% increase in viewership. We saw a decrease in that for Mike Garcia. You know, it's going to be interesting to see what the fans think. Obviously, leave your thoughts in the comment section, in the live fight chat, in the live chat right now. Definitely hearing mixed reviews. Legendary Boxer, shout out to Legendary Boxer, saying, why don't you ask, is Mikey a star like you did with Spence? I just said that I don't think he's a star. I think he would do good ratings when paired with the right person. But obviously, you know, compared to, let's say, a Deontay Wilder or even Adrian Broner, those are really the two guys that were stars on Showtime and in that market. You know, those guys can do numbers regardless of really who they're facing. Those guys never dip below 800,000. Everyone else sort of does that. Everyone else can sort of produce subpar numbers at time. You know, is that a criticism of all these guys' star power? Potentially. I don't dispute that at all. Make sure you guys hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. It's been 2 shows now in a row without Nestor Gibbs, so give the boy some love. You know, give the boy some love. It's been a good one. You know, we had what was it? 3 shows today overall. I think we had 2 yesterday. And we working. We out here. Follow me at Mixed Combat News on Twitter, Matt Hunter TBV on Instagram, my MMA podcast, Mixed Combat Radios on Patreon, SoundCloud, iTunes, etc. Peace.